So recently they announced Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I'm here to talk about Generation 8. I know, it is extremely early, but the main reason I want to talk about it is because there's something that is bothering me. Sometimes in the games we get hints about the possible next generation of games, and unless I missed it, I don't think we received any in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Let me explain what I mean. I guess the biggest recent example I can give you is the strange souvenir. We all know about it and the hint that the hiker was trying to give us as to the next possible games. Of course, around that time there were fans that didn't agree and others like me that started wondering what it really meant. Turns out that it was a hint from Game Freak, and with the release of Pokemon Sun and Moon, it really made sense why the item looked like a tiki totem. I watched countless of videos and done a couple myself where we see references to other generations and wonder, is this a hint for, let's say, Sinnoh remakes? Are the writers trying to tell us something? I strongly believe that they do. The writers, programmers, and game designers may want to leave us small hints without giving anything away for the hardcore fans that pay close attention to details. Some of you guys might call them Easter eggs, and when people like myself bring them out, we either get, hey, you know what, this might actually be a hint, or you're clearly overlooking this, it's just a random rock or something, I don't know. Case in point, before the release of Pokemon Sun and Moon, we received Auras, remakes of Generation 3. We know that when making a remake, Game Freak gets an opportunity to refine things. But let's look at something I noticed outside the Devon Corporation. Here's an original shot from Pokemon Ruby. Do you notice anything unusual? I don't think you would, but if we take a look at the same location in Auras, a couple of things have changed. By going outside, you will notice that there is less lamps and there are some weird stones that were not there before. Are they fossils? Well, we can clearly see a sun engraved in one of them and the other one is hard to make out. Is it a moon? If it was, these rocks would symbolize sun and moon as the games that were yet to be released during that time. Of course, here's where the fans start dividing. Some would argue for and others against it. What I enjoy about this is that it brings out conversation. Now the question becomes, is there a version of the strange souvenir in Sun and Moon? The reality is that I have not seen anything that impresses me, but maybe I just missed them and you guys have seen something. If you have, don't forget to share it with us. There are two hints to Generation 8 I want to bring out. Again, I'm not very impressed, but they could mean something. The first one is Professor Kukui's lab. Just head over to the basement and interact with his PC. It is in here that we learn that there is a picture of a Pokemon like you've never seen before. Could this be Generation 8 they're talking about? This statement is so generic that I feel that they could just be talking about any Pokemon that are not native to the region. But what if you had a full Pokedex? Of course, there is no way to know in which context the writers decided to put this line in. But it does make you wonder, who is this mysterious Pokemon? The next and last point I want to bring up is Yungoos. According to the Pokedex, quote, with its sharp fangs, it will bite anything. It did not originally live in Alola, but it was imported from another region. Yungoos has never been seen in any other region outside of Alola, but what is interesting about this Pokemon is that we can actually track down which region they're talking about. Well, in real life, I guess. You see, Yungoos is based on a mongoose, and just like in Alola, they were introduced in Hawaii to counter a rodent problem they had. Mongoose can be found throughout Eurasia, but the ones in Hawaii were specifically brought from India. So if Pokemon is going to stay true to their real life references, is there a chance that the next region is going to be based on India? Again, this is nothing more than speculation, but I wonder what other hints could we have missed in Sun and Moon. They might not make sense now, but when Gen 8 is announced, we might be able to make better connections. For now, I hope that Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon deliver a great gameplay experience and perhaps a sneak peek on what is to come for the future of Pokemon. What are your thoughts, and what would you like to see in Generation 8? Don't forget to share your opinions in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, Pokemon fans.